Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas. It's the 1st of December. Where's the month gone? Where's the year gone? It only seems 2 minutes ago that I was doing Vlogtober. How is that even possible? Oh. Anyway, Wednesday, 1st of December. Ho, ho, ho. Christmas jumper, Christmas earrings, makeup on. Let's start the month we mean to go on. Lots of extra jolliness definitely this month. Anyway, let me tell you what you can expect in Vlogmas here. I have decided that my theme for this month will be whip bags. We're going to investigate my knitting and crochet bags to see what projects I've got lurking in my bags, and I'm pretty sure that I've got enough to see me through the rest of this month. That's slightly embarrassing, but I'm going to take you up into my attic and where I keep the majority of my yarn and all my projects, and we will see what we can find. All right. So get ready to leave comments below, because I think I'm going to need some help to decide whether they're projects I need to keep or whether they need to be abandoned and reuse the yarn in something else. So that's my plan for Vlogmas. I nearly said Vlogtober. So I hope you enjoy it and that we have a little bit of fun. I think there'll be some Christmas jumpers along the way, decorating the house. Who knows what we're going to find? We'll see how it goes. And I plan to run these daily up until hopefully Christmas Eve. And then I might just do a roundup from Christmas Eve to New Year. We'll see how it goes. I don't think we're doing anything terribly exciting. But we'll just see what happens. Right, let's get on with the day. Time for my porridge. Right, up in the depths of the attic, let's see what we can find. Oh dear, spare duvets. Oh, it's a bit like someone's garage, I think, you know, where keep absolutely everything old. Unused rolls of wallpaper and lots of bags with bits in, yarn related bits. At some point I really need to sort this out again. Anybody else's stash like this? It's my small ball jars. I do like those. Lots of small ball jars here. Right, I wonder if by the end of Vlogmas any of this will be sorted. Well, that was ever so slightly embarrassing, showing you the state of my attic up here. It's reality though, isn't it? And I think we've all probably got areas of the house like this. But I'm fortunate that I've got this space up here that I can keep my yarn. It's got a bit messier of late, I have to be honest, because I used to have my Mrs. G Makes headquarters just up here in the attic, just around the corner. It's like an L shape. And earlier in the year I moved downstairs. I've still not done a proper sort of reveal of where I am now, but we had a small living room that we didn't use really very much, and so I checked with the family and they were happy for me to take over it with my business, and it also means that I'm downstairs so I don't have as many flights of stairs to run down when the doorbell goes and nobody else hears it. Or is that only my house that happens in? I'm sure it's not. So the attic used to be my craft room, then it became my business headquarters, then my business headquarters moved downstairs, but all the yarn and everything was left upstairs, and it was it had been shoved round the corner of the L-shaped attic whilst I ran my business from the main part of the attic. But now my business isn't up here, I don't often come up now. But I'm here for Vlogmas because, as I said earlier, we are going to be inspecting my whip bags. And I suspect that I'm going to uncover whips that I had completely forgotten about. So each day I'm going to open one bag and I'm going to decide whether I keep it or not. My husband says, is it a keeper or a weeper? I'm not quite sure if that works. If anyone's got a better suggestion as to what we could call it. But he says it's a weeper if we're sad we've not finished it and it's going to be frogged. Maybe. So for today, we'll say keeper or weeper. All right? But any other suggestions you've got, pop it down below in the comments and we'll see what the most popular is. Right, let's have a look. Find a project bag and open it up. Right, I think I'm going to start with this bag here. Okay, let's have a look. So this was the bag, one of my many project bags. I think this was bought for me from by my sister when I first started crocheting 5 or 6 years ago. So let's see what neglected whip is in here and see if I can remember what the history is. So this is the pattern. I think it was a paid for pattern, so I won't show too much of it, but I fancied making a bag, obviously, because that's what the pattern is. But I remember when this was, I decided to make this during the very first lockdown. So that was probably about April, May 2020 that I decided to make this. And the reason being, I was making regular walks, you know, when we were allowed. Do you remember when we were only allowed out like once a day for a walk? And those walks would be combined with delivering my orders from my Etsy shop. And I fancied making myself a bag to carry my orders in. I mean, it's not like I'm short on bags or anything like that, but that's what I decided I was going to make. And the yarn that I chose was completely inappropriate. It was this beautiful Chunky Monkey from Shapers. Now, I love this. It's absolutely gorgeous yarn. This particular colourway is called Passion Fruit. And I haven't got the other colours in this bag because I actually gave them to Amy for some knitting, loom knitting that she was doing recently. She took it on holiday and I gave her the other colours. But the other colours were in the Mrs. G Makes colourways. It was a beautiful teal colour and a hot pink. And I was going to make this stripy bag. But my friends did point out to me that I was using the wrong yarn because this is acrylic, and acrylic would just stretch with it being a bag. Unless, of course, I put a fabric lining inside it, which I didn't really fancy doing. So I think that's why I never finished this project, This is as far as I got. That's just pretty much the base. That's it. I've not done any of the granny stitch trebles. So this might be an easy one. This might be an easy to decide whether it's a keeper or a weeper, as my husband has called it. I think this is a weeper, because I would still like to make the bag, so I'll keep the pattern and add it to my pattern file, because I would like to make it, but I'm definitely going to be far more sensible with my yarn choice and make it in cotton. But I know, I can remember my friends were talking about how this was one of their favourite yarns, and I think that's sort of what swayed me to buy it, because I'd used it and I too loved it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'd forgotten about Chunky Monkey. So they'd been using it for something, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll buy myself some, mate. You know, then I saw the pattern, and it was putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5 really instead of 4. Gorgeous yarn, what looks like a really good pattern, but just the wrong combination. But I was super organised. Look, I even put one of my hook size reminder stitch markers that I make, so that I would remember what hook size I was using. I was super organised. What else is in the bag? Oh, I wondered where that was. So we're always complaining how we lose our hooks. This was one of the special furls hooks that I got. Again, during lockdown, they had some, I think about £20 deals where you could buy one of these hooks and you got a free pattern and a free pattern and a free ball of yarn, and I'm sure it was about £20 plus one of the hooks. And I've not had any trouble with these hooks. Some people found that they broke, but I've not had one break on me, so I'm quite pleased that I've sorted out this bag. So that will go with my other crochet hooks. I've also got a tin with, oh, these are some of the very first stitch markers I made. Oh my goodness. Yes. Put them on a key ring there, just to keep them all handy. And then I've got some stitch markers that came from other people. Sort of, you know, when you buy yarn, sometimes they include a stitch marker or two. So I really need to sort that out. Oh, that was one from my very first stitch marker advent calendar that I made, the Mrs. G Makes one. I love that wreath. So yes, that needs to go downstairs and be sorted out of what stitch markers I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. And I'm not sure, let's see if there's any scissors. Oh. A pen and some beads. Now I remember these beads were from a workshop that I did, and they were to add to flowers. It was a flower making workshop. Well, I can definitely add those. Oh, we were making brooches. We were turning them into brooches. Look, and there's the little brooch back. Oh my goodness. Let's take those downstairs. Headband. Now, I really don't know why there's a headband in here. Unless, again, it was for a project that I was going to cover it, maybe, and make, you know, put flowers on it or something. Well, if I'm sorting out project bags, I'm sorting them out. Nothing gets left behind. There's a random button. Pencil. One of my row counter cards. These are on the back of all my stitch marker cards. On the back you've got a row counter to 100, so you can mark off on your project. Right, that's one bag empty. So that means I now have a free bag if I start another project. I say if. I have a free bag ready for my next project. That's the reality, isn't it? Right, I'll pop that in there. There we go. Bag number 1 done on Vlogmas. So thanks for your help. I hope you agree that I made the right decision there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And also, perhaps give me some ideas on what I could use. 2 balls of purple chunky monkey yarn. What shall I make with that? What project would that be good to make? So ideas below. Preferably crochet, but I'm happy with a knitting project as well. So I can frog that. In fact, I'll get my ball winder and I'll wind it onto there. And hopefully you lot will come up with a good idea of what I can make with it instead of the totally inappropriate bag. Right, what's the time now? Oh, my watch has stopped. I think it's getting on for about 2:30. So I'd better get on with my day and perhaps get this video up relatively early. I'm not quite sure what else I'm going to add to it. Like I said, I do want to keep them short and sweet. The theme of Vlogmas is going to be working through the project bag, so I've done that. So there might not be much more that I need to add, really. So if I don't do any more recording, I'll say goodbye now. Thanks for watching and joining in on Vlogmas. I hope that you stick around for the whole month and share the excitement of what I find in my project bags. So take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.